Nucky, where are you? Look at this Dorothy. Oh my goodness. She's got ruby slippers. Dorothy.
There's your lion.
It's not going to be super cold out, so we're going to be able to get away with short sleeves and a dress. I'm so glad. And Nana did these beautiful braids. Look at that. Nana did quite a few of those on me back in the day.
Oh, I did a ton.
Are you wearing lipstick?
Yeah, do you think everybody's gonna like my costume?
Of course they are.
Wouldn't they not?
Oh. Okay, here I am as Scarecrow. I've got my big pop of blush. I've got my stitched on mouth. I even have some drawn on lower lashes, some fake freckles, a little stitched on nose, just jeans, a little flannel top. This is the only kind of straw type hat that I have, but yeah, that'll do. Now our Tin Man is in Vegas right now, getting ready to speak at a big legal conference there, which was a big honor for him to get to do that. So we're glad he's there, but he was gonna be our Tin Man.
All right, I'm just gonna do a quick room tour of my room at the Cromwell in Vegas. I was out here for a conference, played a little blackjack at the Cromwell in the past and really liked the casino area. It's kind of a smaller hotel. Right across from like Caesars and the Bellagio on the 7th floor, which is the highest floor up in this hotel. And you can kind of see, it's sort of an obscured view, but you can see that water there. That's where the Bellagio fountains are. And down there you got a bunch of little shops and stuff with crazy roofs on them. You got a little balcony, but you can't get out onto it. Not that you'd want to, it's pretty small. The thing Em was jealous about is we've actually got like a legit vanity mirror here. You can see lights up products that I assume cost you an arm and a leg. Things you can buy for exorbitant prices. Got a nice little bathroom here. Well lit in the mirror, which I just found that light like when I brushed my teeth this morning. I've been here for 2 days. The thing I didn't like about the room is the first night I was staying here, it's so loud. Only 7 floors up right on the strip, so it was hearing horns honking, sirens occasionally, so I didn't get very good sleep the first night. I've got twin beds, so the first night I slept in this one that was closest to the window. So the second night I tried to get a little bit further away from the window, and it seemed to work. It was a little bit quieter. The other thing is they've got wooden floors, which looks good. There's a little couch there. But I felt like I was getting a lot of noise from my neighbors. I don't know if the wood floors have something to do with it, that the sound travels underneath them. But what I did last night was put a towel down. I just laid a full-length towel all the way at the bottom of the base, and it felt like it cut down on the noise that I was getting in here. Overall, I really dig the style of the room. My one criticism would be there's no desk. You've got this thing, which Em would love, but you can't do any work on it. I had quite a bit of downtime where I was working, and so I just kind of propped myself up on the back of the bed and worked, which was not ideal. Overall, I really like the room, and I really like the hotel. It's just so much smaller, and so the service is a little more tailored to each individual guest. But overall, I would definitely stay here again.
Nana's our unofficial Auntie M tonight. She's not really specifically trying to be Auntie M, but she's helping me as we make the rounds and do some trick-or-treating. Oh, those bows! The bows actually came, the ribbons came with the dress, and it's a one-piece thing, so it just kind of Velcros up the back. I got it on Amazon. Betty, can I see your lion makeup? Can I see? Yep, we got Tarte gel liner on her nose, so if she touches it, it won't rub away. Trick or treat for Papa.
Let's go get some candy from Papa.
Roar.
Candy. Look, she says I lie and candy.
Happy Halloween, she says.
Oh, happy Halloween.
Oh, that's so cute. She's home, everybody. Good morning, everyone. My Saturday video just went up. I'm very, very proud of it. Sorry, I gotta get that pineapple fried rice out of my teeth here. It's a full face of makeup from QVC. I think there's a lot of satisfaction in seeing the video come together when these products have been coming to me over the course of like the last 2 weeks. QVC stuff doesn't just arrive in one box on your doorstep. Like you will get one product and then a couple days go by and you get another one. Some come faster, some come slower. And I've just been working with this stuff for a while and it's just fun to see it all come together in a 35-minute video, which when you really break it down, it's a lot of reviews in a somewhat short amount of time. Yeah, that's up now. We've got a couple of fun things planned today. We're going to Chili Cook-Off, which benefits some local charitable organizations. Later today, I'm going with that one and that one sitting beside him to see the Nutcracker. The Nutcracker and the Four Realms. And I like when the Sugar Plum Fairy in the previews says, "Welcome to the Four Realms." How was your trip, bub?
It was good.
Well, I guess you'll have submitted some vlog material,
I've
right?
got some,
I haven't seen it yet, but
you know, I did a room tour.
But overall, how does it feel to be back?
It feels great to be back. Very quick trip. You know, I got there on Tuesday, spoke at my seminar on Wednesday, and came back Thursday morning. Had a couple of, puppy dog.
I see the puppy.
Had a couple of good meals. One at Nobu. And one at Giada's restaurant. I took some pictures of my food so we can share those. It was good. The seminar went well. I got some good feedback from some of the attendees, so I was happy.
Hi, Papa.
I'm gonna get you, Bubba.
I got this massive box here from Eco Tools that came sometime last week, I think it was. And they have so many holiday sets in here. Like, there are loads of them. Sponge brush combos, smaller ones, bigger ones. Betty's here to help. I really love this dark forest green theme, but they're all really pretty. Thank you, Betty, for revealing what was underneath. Appreciate. But are you interested in this stuff? Like, you know how I love when a set of brushes challenges me, like, this is your full face, or touch up in 5 minutes. Like, I'm all about it. I actually do have a separate Eco Tools brush thing that I got from Ulta recently that is going to result in a touch-up focused video. But what do you think about these? Would you like me to show them? Would you like me to use them? Look, this is all a fan brush set. With some sponges too, but interesting. Let me know what your interest level is. I'm trying to gauge interest here. You can also get this and, you know, hang it on your tree. Here we go, off to the Chili Cook-Off. I'm sporting some lumberjack chic.
Lumberjack chic.
I was gonna just wear a thermal under my little vest here that has a little furry hood, but it's cold, so if I want to wear the vest, I got to layer myself up, or I got to give up the vest and say I'm just going to wear a coat. But I did my nails again this morning with another shade from the KL Polish, Kathleen Light's nail polish line. Another one of the fall colors. I think this one is called Jane. Really pretty, like berry color, and this is just one coat. I will say it didn't dry as fast as the one I used last week. The shade that had a little shimmer in it, like the shimmery taupe color. I'm guessing like different textures of polish, different formulations dry a little differently. But this took a bit longer, but the bonus was that I felt like I could get away with the one coat. So that was good news. Fall colors. Look at that fall color behind Bub there. Ooh!
Look at that.
I feel bad. I feel like I haven't captured enough.
Look at that bright one.
I know! I love that! I haven't captured enough fall colors this year. Okay, we were at the Chili Cook-Off. I didn't vlog one bit because I was most of the time pushing a stroller through tight quarters. It was very crowded.
Very crowded.
But picture this. Let me set the scene. Booth after booth after booth. chili to sample, some Bloody Marys to sample sporadically. Many political candidates to see. Bub, I feel like you knew like everybody there.
I did know a lot of those people, yes.
Wow.
I'm a man about town.
I guess.
More than like about half of our slate of elections are judges right now.
Judges, and so he tends to know those kinds of people. Look at those gorgeous trees over there.
The weather was really good.
It was kind of cool. I didn't have to put hats and gloves on the girls, I didn't figure, but a couple layers of coats on each of them. Whee! Now who's gonna go down the slide? Oh, down the slide she goes. Put her on there.
There you go.
Now she says, whee! Oops, she fell off. Are you doing okay, Daisy? Yeah, I'm okay.
Let's go. Whee! I'm okay with it. Daisy.
Oh, yes, I'm fine. Don't worry about me. I'm doing okay.
We are a playground. You can Daisy. Whee!
Hi.
Hi.
What are you going to go see tonight?
I'm going to get to see the Nutcracker, Clara, and the full round.
Are you so excited?
Yeah.
Are you going to eat any snacks during the movie?
Yeah, I'm going to eat candy and popcorn and drinks.
It looks amazing. I'm so excited. Beautiful colors. Lucky, can you say welcome to the Four Realms?
Welcome to the full round.
Welcome to the Four Realms.
Welcome to the full round.
I can smell popcorn.
Okay, we just saw the movie. What did you think, Bub?
I really liked it. I thought it was really good. I cried a couple of times.
So did I.
It's very emotional. It's like this girl that just lost her mother, and you
know.
the dad that's like trying his best.
The actors are so good too.
I mean, it was a good cast.
And guys, this is what happens when you go see the Nutcracker. You want to turn your house into a winter wonderland immediately. I know this is a little crazy, a little early for me getting going with the Christmas stuff. This is the only part of the house that has anything Christmassy going on currently. But Belle and I were at Walmart today, and this is the 4-foot flocked tree. So she's got this sort of window seat looking thing that goes all the way across one end of her room. What do you think? Is this the land of snowflakes? They had a 4-foot rose gold one too, but she said she liked the flocked one best. And I'm not sure how exactly we're going to decorate it. I kind of want them to make it their own sort of tree, but I thought it looked so cute up there and kind of fills this pretty space in the window. 4 feet tall, but when you kind of sit it up on something, it seems even bigger. So I really like that in here. Before they had just a really itty bitty mini tree, and I think this will be more fun for them to decorate year after year. We're going for a more advanced tripod setup today.
New tripod.
Calico Critters box. So we're doing this in the morning. We got Biddy over here eating her breakfast. You guys seem to enjoy the little Q&A at the end of the last video. I had a pinned comment on this last vlog so you guys could ask. Wait, Bub, have you had any coffee to drink?
No, I have not had any coffee yet today.
Have you had any caffeine of any kind?
I have not. Yet.
Okay. This question is from Marnie, and she says, what book would you recommend for us? Same question for Tyler. And this question had a lot of thumbs up on it, so thought it'd be a good one to answer. I'm gonna go ahead and say Dr. Wayne Dyer's Wishes Fulfilled, which we both listened to twice. I think on Audible. I really like it because I feel like it's been the most profound thing that's changed like the way I think day to day, the way I pray, the way I look at experiences in my life, or at least try to.
A lot of it is just,
It's gross.
it shows you how much you're in control of your own thoughts and of your own outlook and attitude and everything.
And the degree to which it can actually affect the outcome.
My big takeaway was just with affirmations. If you keep telling yourself, you know, I'm no good at this, I'm no good at this, and you're not going to be any good at it ever. But just saying that you are just even in your own head,
Believing you are.
and believing it comes true. That's sort of the whole thing. It sounds like a little more, I guess, foofy, and I'm gonna make these things happen, but it's really just what you do every day is what's going to make your life what it is. So
Right, it's actually, on the outside looking in, I can see how it might seem like so abstract and like, well, what a weird thing, but it's actually incredibly common sense when you really boil it down and think about some of his different concepts. So that's my recommendation. Also, I'm currently listening to Brene Brown's Dare to Lead, which everything that I've read or listened to from her, I think has been very helpful. This, I think, would be most helpful for people in a workplace type setting, although I am still like getting a lot of good info through it. I'm intrigued by anything she puts out. But Bub, do you have any other recommendations?
Daring Greatly by hers is also excellent.
Yes.
One that's kind of a little different. I read a lot of books on like persuasion and things like that. It's kind of important to what I do. I'm a lawyer, so persuading people is
While you answer that, I'm going to get her.
my everyday thing. So one of my favorite books on that is called Never Split the Difference by a guy named John Voss, who was a hostage negotiator for the FBI for a long time and was like the lead FBI hostage negotiator. So he takes stories from his career negotiating with bank robbers and people holed up in rooms with guns and applies that to like the business world or even negotiating with your kids, which seems like a daily occurrence around here too.
Next question is from KTM Fam, and she says, I'm a stay-at-home mom to 3 girls, and some days I feel like I live in a vacuum of crazy. What are some of your... Hi, baby. I got lipstick on, yes. That's Daddy. What are your favorite moments / challenges of being a stay-at-home mom? Hi, baby. Well, I have a neck as well.
When you're trying to talk and they won't let you talk.
This is the basic challenge. I think the favorite moments and challenges can almost be rolled into one, because when you are at home with your kids, whether maybe you're a work from home mom, stay at home mom, however you want to phrase that, I think you have a lot of opportunities to be present. And I think that's very important. I actually have a little note to myself in the makeup room written on the back of a business card. It says, be present. And I had that back when we lived in the other house too. It has traveled with me here. But it is just that reminder to yourself to be in the moment. And I was thinking about this last night, actually. A lot of people will say things like, I woke up and then my kids were 18, it's like all that aging and everything just happened overnight seemingly. And I do understand that time can fly, and maybe by the time my kids are that old, I'll feel that way too. But I also do think that when you make a real effort to be present with your kids when you're with them, whether you are a stay-at-home mom or maybe you work away from the home and then you're back home at nighttime, when you're with them, to make the effort to be fully present, I think it makes you feel less like time is just passing you by in a heartbeat, when you really feel like you've been in it. And a way to think of that is like, look at your kids when they're playing with the toys that they love and look how into it they are, and challenge yourself to also get on that level with them, with what they're doing, and keep the phone on the other side of the room and don't worry about all your external issues. And that can be really hard. And there are days where I kick myself at the end of the day because I'm like, gosh, I let this thing that was bothering me, that I was dealing with over here, get into my head while I was supposed to be having real, be present playtime with my children, And that's frustrating, and you're not going to succeed at it all the time, but I think it's something to strive for and something to really value. What are your tips on self-care, both physical and mental? Bub has not been given these questions in advance.
No, I know. It's like Miss America pageant.
Yeah.
That's sort of like the, when you're on the airplane and those things come down, you're supposed to put your own mask on first, so that before you help other people. So things like your health and both physically and mentally is, you're not going to be any good to anybody if you're not here. So that's just stuff you have to get done. It's not the easiest thing in the world to do.
And I think just taking some time for yourself and in every day, pretty much finding it. I think at first, I would wake up early as part of necessity. I think this is the only time I have to really sit down and shoot a video. So as you can see, it's not so calm when you wait until after the kids are up. At first it was very necessity based, and now I feel like, gosh, this is time I need. This is the quiet time. This is the almost meditative time that I need to, you know, do my makeup, focus on myself for a little bit before this whole day starts rolling. Not that mornings are everybody's ideal time to incorporate that, but just finding it and prioritizing it. I mean, I could sleep an extra couple hours and that might be nice too, but I do see the value in taking that time. You kind of use mornings to your advantage.
Yeah, I go downstairs and I'll do yoga or ride my exercise bike or do some body weight exercise, things like that. Got another Garmin step counting thing.
Oh, nice.
To push me to keep walking. So sometimes if I don't have my steps in, I'll just walk in a big circle in our house at night.
Hi, Biddy.
Hi, Mommy.
I think you tend to, at least I feel a little bit less like the day has gotten away from me and a little less overwhelmed by all the duties if I do take that time when it's like, it's just me.
Right.
And that's all I have to worry about right now. And
Definitely.
it feels good. Okay, so last question here. You can play with the Wizard of Oz castle, Biddy.
Oh.
Nish V says, how do you find your love language? So that was referenced in the last Q&A, and I'm sorry I forgot to link below, so I'll edit that info box and I'll put it under this one too. It's actually, that was a book. I can't remember the author's name, but it's a website also where you can do this little quiz actually, and it'll tell you what your love language is, which is basically, it'll rank the ways in which you receive love. Like your primary ways that you take it in and value it, sort of. So that's really good. And then the other part of this question is for Bub and says, how does Tyler balance work and life? I'm graduating law school soon and I'm very worried that I will go crazy under the stress. Balancing work and life. How do you...
Yeah, well, I've always been pretty good at compartmentalizing things. For the most part, when I'm home, I'm home. You need to have things in your life that can kind of take you away, you know, whether it be playing with your kids or sport or a hobby that you enjoy, something that can just, when you're doing it and it takes you away.
Because then do you feel like when you come back to your work stuff you feel more fresh, probably? Right. Do you remember what it was like for you when you were about to graduate law school? Like, I mean, you were going to be taking a bar?
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of out of the frying pan and into the fire thing. You've gone through this whole stressful law school experience, and then you've got to study for 3 months for the bar. That if you don't pass, you don't get to be a lawyer. It's tough, but if you put in all the work and study like you're supposed to, keep your wits about you, you'll be just fine.
I have a question, Bub.
Yeah.
What about when the job search gets difficult, because you dealt with that too right out of law school?
I graduated law school when the legal job market was probably the worst it's been, I don't know, maybe ever, but it's improved some since then, luckily for you. That was very stressful, trying to get any job, because back then big firms were laying off a lot of their attorneys, and so you'd have what used to be an entry-level job. I remember applying for one that paid $30,000 a year, which after you've just gone to 3 years of law school and 4 years of college is kind of like, are you kidding me? And there were people that were applying for that job with 3 to 5 years experience, and I didn't even have my license yet. So that's just sort of a stay the course kind of thing. You're looking at a 40-plus year career, so you know, a few months job search is going to seem like the end of the world at the time, but it's really not.
That's a great point, is keeping some perspective on that.
Just think about, like, after I've been practicing for 10, 20, those types of problems are so temporary. You're eventually going to find a job. You're eventually going to find what you want to do, what area you want to practice. If it takes some time, it takes some time. I didn't find really the job that I felt like was right for me until, what, 5 years after law school? Probably. The odds of you hitting the jackpot and getting the job that you love right out of the gate are just not good. Be patient and you'll get there.
And see it all as a learning experience, because you've certainly taken something valuable from probably every
Absolutely.
different thing. So
no doubt.
Well, thank you guys so much for your questions. Sorry, this is a little chaotic trying to answer them this morning, but we really appreciate it. And if you have any more, I mean, feel free to ask them either back on that other video or under this video. We will talk to you guys in our next vlog.
That's right.
All right, bye everybody.
Bye-bye.
Can you say bye-bye, Biddy? Say bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Aww.